CS3451 Introduction to Operating System, File System Mounting and File Sharing and Protections, presented by Anuja or APCSC, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. File system mounting. The basic idea behind mounting system is combine multiple file system into one large tree structure. The mount command is given a file system to mount a mount point on which to attach it. Once the file system is mounted onto a mount point, any further references to that directory automatically refer to that root of the mounted file system. Any file that had been stored in the mount point directory prior to mounting a new file system are now hidden by the mounted file system or no longer available. For this reason, some systems only allow mounting onto empty directories. File system can only be mounted by root unless root has previously configured certain file system to be mountable onto certain predetermined mount point. Anyone can run the mount command to see what file system are currently mounted. File system may be mounted read-only or other restricted imposed. So this is the structure of mounting. Then file sharing. File sharing is nothing but the multi-user system. More information needs to be stored for each file. The owner who owns the file and who can access its access, the group of other user IDs that may have some special access to the file. What access rights are offered to the owner, the group and to the rest of the world. Some systems have more complicated access control, allowing or denying specific access to specifically named user or groups. The remote file system. Advent of the internet introduced issues for accessing files stored on remote computers. The original method was file transfer protocol, allowing individual files to be transported across system as needed. The file transfer protocol can be either account and password control or anonymous, not requiring any username or password. Various forms of distributed file system allow remote file system to mounted onto a local directory structure and access using normal file system access command. The WW has made it easy once again to access file or remote system without mounting their file system, generally using the file transfer protocol as the underlying file transport mechanism. The client-server model. When one computer system remotely mounts a file, the system that is physically located on other system, the system which physically owns the file acts as a server, and the system which mounts them is the client. The user IDs and the group ID must be consistent across both systems for the system to work properly. The same computer can be both a client and server. There are a number of security concerns involved in this method. The servers commonly restrict mount permission to certain trusted system only. The spoofing. Spoofing is nothing but a computer pretending to be a different computer, or it is a potential security risk. The servers may restrict remote access to read only. Servers restrict which file system may be remotely mounted. Generally, the information within those subsystems is limited, relatively public, and protected by frequently using backup. The NFS. NFS is nothing but network file system, is a classic example of such system. Then distributed information system. The domain name system. The DNS provides for a unique name system across all of the internet. Domain names are maintained by the network information system, which unfortunately has several security issues. The Microsoft Common Internet File System that establishes a network login for each user on a network system with shared file access. Older Windows system use domains and newer system XP and 2000 use active directories. Username must match across the network for this system to be valued. A newer approach is the lightweight directory access control, which provides a secure single sign-on for all its users to access all resources on a network. This is the secure system which is gaining in popularity and which has the maintenance advantages of combining authorization information in one central location. Failure mode: when a local disk file is unavailable, the result is generally known immediately and is generally not recoverable. The only reasonable response is for the response to fail. However, when a remote file is unavailable, there are many possible reasons, and whether or not it is unrecoverable is not readily apparent. Hence, most remote access files allow for blocking or delayed response in the hope that the remote system will come back up eventually. Then protection: files must be kept safe for reliability. The former is usually managed with backup copies. This section discussed later. One simple protection scheme is to remove all access to file. However, this makes the file unusable, so some sort of controlled access must be arranged. Types of file access: the following low-level operations are often controlled. Read, that is view the content of the file. Write means change the content of the file. Execute means load the file onto the CPU and follow the instruction contained there. Append means add the end of the existing file. Delete means remove a file from the system. List, view the name and other attributes of files on the system. Higher level operations such as copy can generally be performed through combinations of above. Then access control. One approach is to have complicated access control which specify exactly what access is allowed or denied for specific user or groups. The AFS uses this system for distributed access. Control is very finally adjustable but may be complicated, particularly when the specific user involved are known. The Unix uses a set of 9 access control bits in 3 groups of 3. These corresponds are read, write and X permissions for each of the owner group and other. The RWX bits control are followed privilege for ordinary files and directories. Other protection approaches and issues: some system can apply password either to individual files or to specific subdirectories or to the entire system. Access to a file require access to all the file along its path as well. In a cyclic directory structure, users may have different access to the same file access through different paths. Sometimes just the knowledge of the existence of a file of a certain name is a security or privacy concern. Hence, the distinction between the R and X bits on Unix directories. Thank you.